There we go. You gotta rock the dragon.
Okay, Corey. That's enough. We got it.
Dragon Ball Z. You got your weird intro now. What's up, guys? It is Corey from Super Comic Guru 9000, and I'm really excited because we just got a brand new trailer for the new Naruto Shippuden video game. That's right, it is Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, and it looks like we got it on Christmas Day, and I was checking out this trailer yesterday, and man, is it awesome! They're showing off so many cool new things about the gameplay modes, and even some of the brand new characters you get to play as. The main focus of the trailer was definitely on the brand new Jinchuriki characters, and they were hinted at a few weeks ago in a scan, but now we finally get to see them in action, and I'm just going to tell you guys what I thought about it, and it looks so awesome. So let's just jump right in. We'll go from 1 to 9. Let's start with Gaara, number 1. And first and foremost, Gaara actually does not transform into Shukaku in the trailer at all. It was hinted at in an earlier scan that we would be able to see all the Bijou, including Shukaku, so I think it's kind of weird that they're sort of holding that off. However, we do get to see that Gaara has a ton of new techniques. He's like teleporting all over the place, and even has a brand new ultimate technique, his mommy coffin technique. You actually get to see that. It's kind of a spoiler because they haven't actually gotten there in the anime yet. But he has a great technique with his mother, and then you get to see the giant pyramid come over, and it just explodes. It's really cool. Now we finally get to see the Two Tails in action, Yugito Ni, and she looks like she's going to be a really fast and nimble character, and she even has these weird claws that she's wearing, and that fits perfectly because she has the two-tailed cat. Speaking of which, I think the two-tailed cat definitely benefits from being in this game because it has the cel-shaded style, and it looks really awesome when it's in action. It's definitely a little bit smaller than some of the other beasts, but I like that because it looks like it's going to be able to move very quickly. Really cool looking. We then get Yagura, the former Mizukage, and he was really impressive, actually. He gets to use his weird sort of brush staff, the one with the flower and everything, and he looks like he's going to be using water in a really interesting manner. He's summoning these water things from the ground and from his brush. And he almost uses the water kind of like a Destructo disc. It's kind of hard to explain. You just actually have to see it. And he's also able to like summon coral from the ground, which will explode up on the character. And then you get to see him transform into the Three Tails, which is just this giant hulking turtle. It's really awesome looking. Next up, we have Roshi, the Four Tails, and he looks like he's going to be a hand-to-hand fighter. In particular, he looks like he's going to be using fire all over his hands and one of his kicks and everything. He looks like he's going to be very fun to use. And he's also summoning these giant balls of magma that he can shoot all over the place. And then you got the four-tailed monkey itself, and it looks kind of like the Saiyan transformation from Dragon Ball Z, but still, it looks really flashy and everything, and it's also summoning all those giant magma balls and everything, and it has a really cool technique where it grabs the character and just really messes them up. Right after that, you have my absolute favorite thing from the trailer, which is Han, the Five Tails, and he's a really interesting character, mostly because of his design and the way he fights. And he fights using steam, and you can actually see he's going to be kind of a powerhouse character, and he's summoning steam from all over his bodies and incorporating it into his speed, his punches, his kicks, and he just looks like he's going to be real fun to use. And his transformation into the Dolphin Horse, which is just a crazy-looking thing altogether. He has a great-looking ultimate technique where he uses his hove and it slams down on top of the character, and then there's a giant explosion underneath him, just really over the top and really awesome. Right after that, you have Udakata, the Six Tails, and he's the slug. And, you know, you don't really get to see Udakata fight too much. He summons the bubbles around him and makes them explode a little bit. But the actual six-tail form looks really cool, and it seems to be doing some sort of giant beast bomb technique, but it's a little different. It's like all like slimy and nasty looking, which of course fits in because he's a giant slug. Fu, the Seven Tails, is another really interesting one. It looks like she's going to have some really cool movement the way she fights. She seems to be flying all over the place. She can actually summon wings from her back and from her legs. And her actual transformation is really interesting. It's that giant beetle-looking thing, the thing that looks like Kabuterimon. And they don't really show it do too much in its transformation, but I'm sure it's going to do a really cool technique. But Eight Tails, Killer Bee, it looks like he's going to have a brand new moveset for this game, and it looks like he's going to be using the Samehada Blade. And a little different than the way that Kisame actually used it. In this game, it looks like it's actually going to be unwrapped. You can actually see the mouth around it, and he's actually throwing it around and slinging it around. Not like the way Kisame uses it, and I think this is a really great idea. What I think is going to be interesting, though, is if they're going to do this, I wonder if they're also going to allow you to use the old moveset of Killer Bee as well. So that remains to be seen. But right after that, we got the Nine Tails. We got Naruto, and they really just sort of tease us with him a little bit. We get to see he has his initial Kyuubi mode transformation, kind of like what we saw in the Generations game. I don't know if they're going to add anything new to that. I know a lot of us want to see the final version of that transformation, but we don't really know how far this game goes. But they do give us sort of some little hints. We get to see it's going to definitely be taking place in the war, and we get to see the story mode is going to be very robust, kind of like an Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. And it looks like we're going to be fighting against the 7 swordsmen. Now, they are going to be playable in the story mode. You're going to be able to fight against them, you'll be able to see them, and they're all going to be there. We're having their special techniques. And it looks really awesome. They almost look like they can be playable. Are they going to be playable in multiplayer and single player and all that stuff so you can just use them in the battle mode? I have no idea. That remains to be seen. That also goes for a few other characters. You have a boss battle with Ginkaku and Kinkaku, and their boss fight looks really cool. It looks like it's going to be taking place right at the beach in the ocean, so it looks like it's going to be really nice. But again, I don't know if they're actually going to be playable in the game outside of story mode, so I can't wait to see that. The most impressive looking boss battle I actually saw, though, from the trailer was Choji fighting against the Ghetto Mazo. And it kind of reminded me of CyberConnect's other game, Asura's Wrath. It just looks really over the top and really cool, and it looked like it's going to go a little bit farther than what they did in the manga and the anime. And that's great, and that's another thing I want to mention. The style of this game is just dripping. It is so awesome looking. It actually looks a little bit better than the anime in some of the scenes. At the actual end, you get to see there's a ton of montages of the story mode, Naruto running around, and everything looks really, really nice. There's a lot of cutscenes they show with the Kyuubi. You get to see Naruto meeting his mother. All of them look really fantastic, especially that final shot with the Raikage getting ready to punch Naruto in his Kyuubi form, and then he's able to dash right out of the way. That just looks really, really nice, really slick. So I can't wait to see some of the other cutscenes in the game, and I can't wait to see what other characters are going to be playable. I'm really hoping you get to play as the new form of Toby with his fan and his new mask. Hopefully we might even see some more of the Kages, the Edo Tensei versions of them, because we still don't know where this is going to go, but it's still going to release in a few months, so you guys need to make sure and check this out. And if you are going to pick it up, I implore you to pre-order it, because if you do, you're going to get a really cool costume for Naruto. He's actually going to have Goku's costume from Dragon Ball Z, and it's not just a costume, it's not just a skin. You'll actually be able to use some of the moves that Goku uses, and you can actually see when Naruto uses a Rasengan, it looks like he's using a Kamehameha. So little touches like that will be really cool, so you'll be able to bring him online and beat the crap out of people. It will be awesome. So, guys, check out this trailer. It looks really awesome. I'd love to know what you guys think about it. Are you looking forward to this game? You can let me know in your comments below. Remember, guys, if you like this video, make sure and give it a thumbs up. It really helps out a lot. That concludes this video today, guys. Super Kami Guru 9000, out.